Good morning. Today we build a huge armoury to defend our city. Good morning and welcome to MorningCraft. Grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's begin. So, about a month ago, Red Beanie Gang suggested that we build an armoury. And it's only really just come up in the story as something we're going to need. So I decided to put those plans into action and to build an armoury on the edge of our kingdom. This is going to be somewhere where soldiers can grab armour and swords and anything they might need to help defend. And honestly, whoever built that Italian villa is going to be pretty annoyed at the value of their property prices when they have a huge armoury next to them. But it's time to get to work if we want to defend this city. If you've made it this far into the video, I want to know what you think the coolest medieval weapon is. I think a trident's pretty cool. Also swords, obviously very cool. So I built this outcrop here, and you'll see what we put in here later, but we're going to be storing a bunch of armour in here. And it's also going to give us a nice balcony to shoot from. I went quite basic with my building palette for this. I used spruce wood, stone bricks, a bit of andesite, and a bit of regular sort of spruce slabs. But I'm pretty pleased with the way this turned out. And so with this wing of the building nearly finished, I put in some extra support and then started work on the walkway into the armoury from the walls. It's got a lovely staircase leading in, as I wanted the armoury to really be part of the wall.
Frustrated with Olaf's secrecy, Murphy snuck out of Octonaria and into the Olufian war camp. What he saw in the caves was unlike anything he had seen before. A secret weapon, for sure. But as he wandered the camp, he heard the chatter of the Olufians.
Where you been, Golif?
Shipping. That ship with the new folks coming in tomorrow.
The traitor will thank Olaf for that. Would have been ruling over a graveyard for months if it wasn't coming.
They'll be getting a morning that ain't so good. I heard right. Them mages can make another little surprise for every 100 people they use.
100? Hard enough to get 5 of them into those caves.
As he returned home, he heard the words of the Olufians ringing in his head. He gazed at the full moon and turned to see the sun disappearing from him.
That's my home. That's my home.
Like, subscribe, and share to give your friends a great start to their day. And here you can see me adding a new flooring into the armoury. And then a staircase that leads up onto the upper levels of the armoury. And with the staircase in place, I put in a new floor using some spruce slabs, and then I put a flooring over the armour wing of the building. I then added in a staircase onto the balcony of the armour wing. So it's that time again. It's time for the segment in the video where we go over a few comments from the previous one. We've got a comment here from Raina Zufel, who says that it's a really nice build and the blue orchids are their favourite flower. I really like the blue on those. They're really, really bright, but they do remind me of a song. We've got a comment here saying that the Olufians are being very shady, and I think after that story segment, you'll definitely agree. And then here we have a comment from Desolator, who recommends building the new house for the lumberjack, which I'm definitely going to do at the end of the week, probably Friday. Although Wednesday is going to be a pretty big video, so I haven't thought that far in advance. And then finally a comment from Red Beanie Gang, who wants to know how I had the patience to finish this off. The answer's a lot of YouTube. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video to hear our daily quote. So I put a few battlements on this balcony so that any soldiers can take cover from the enemy. And then I added a little bit of lighting just to make it really stand out. And after this, I was pretty pleased with this build, but I did feel that it would need a little bit more to feel substantial. And so I decided to reinforce an area of wall around the armory. I added, first of all, an entirely new section of wall next to the armory and all the way up to the middle of the villa. I think this gives the building a much bigger footprint. What do you think of the armory? Let me know down in the comments below. But it did feel a little bit odd, so I connected it up to the villa just to really bolster it against the wall. And then I added a bunch more battlements and a bit more lighting, and then a huge burning fire on top. So let's take a little tour of our new armory. We've got this extra section of reinforced wall, then an entranceway and a bunch of armor stands. Then if we come up top, we've got one section, a lovely balcony to shoot from, and then a second level with even more battlements and a bright burning brazier. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've had a good morning, and if it's not morning where you are, you can save that for tomorrow. But I hope you make today the very best it can be, and in the next episode, we're going to see a very, very large battle. So I hope to see you next time on MorningCraft. And just a reminder to stick around to the end of the video for the daily quote.